listeners only.
That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimpin', that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber. That ain't my baby. No, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my 2 shots for Julia, I had to know ya. I'm glad I didn't waste no time. I had to figure out what you like. Be much like you taking me home tonight. And you showing out in that under outfit. Looking all bad, looking real thick. Got you twirling those curls, really want it. Come and let me give it to you. Take this real big. But I'm too focused. I'm the side nigga and I know it. Now you texting me, you're pretty gonna be joking. So if it's my baby, I'll take care of that. Women run the game and I'm aware of that. I know I put too good on that night. But you finna fuck up my life. That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimpin', that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber. That ain't my baby. Nah, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my baby. It was just some late night sex. Tryna be a lifetime stress. I was strapped with the latex. I think I need a DNA test. You was just some late night sex. Tryna be a lifetime stress. Strapped up with the latex. I just got my DNA test, girl. That ain't my baby. You thought I was slipping, but this pimpin', that ain't my baby. When we slid in them covers, I threw on that rubber. That ain't my baby. No, pull out game way too strong. What do you take me for? You think I'm crazy, but that ain't my baby, yeah.
family know how this feels. I started with nothing. Look at me now, so tell them the globe is real. And look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling lines, I get it for real. I take my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came in the bottom, straight out the mud. Nigga, I came out from nothing. Niggas was hating, niggas was doubting. Now I'm just pushing their buttons. Look at me shine, I'm on the grind, handling lines, I get it for real. Taking my time, make up my mind, then I go get it. How does it feel? Came in the bottom, straight out the mud. Now I'm just pushing their buttons, pushing their buttons.
Well, I damn sure ain't wanted to loop. What's good, everybody? It's your man KB, and it's Easy on the Eyes podcast. And we are in the building. Happy New Year. I'm sitting in the dark, as y'all can see. I ain't got my green screen up. Yeah, man. And I don't want to go out. Check this out. We are definitely in the building, definitely in the building. The first show of the year. First show of the year. Like I say, welcome, welcome back. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna black off real quick so I can fix my background. But what's good? What's good? We are here. We are here. We are here. Happy New Year. What is it? 2023. Blessed to see another year. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. We had a 2 week layoff, for the holidays. Like the holidays just settled in on Christmas. But we've been working though. We've been working though. We've been working though. We got a house. We got my brother Larry in the building today. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna chop it up with him, talk a little bit of fashion, talk a little bit of black business going on. And he is in the building. Chad is in the building. Uh, we out here working. Tap in, hit the like button, share it, share everything to let everybody know that we are live. That we are live. And I need everybody to go over to our Instagram page and like the Instagram page. Follow us on Twitch. We're going to be doing some giveaways and things within the next couple of weeks. We're going to buy y'all some eggs. I hear that eggs is really expensive out here going on these days. So we're going to chop in. We're going to chip in towards some groceries and some things like that during these trying times out here. We're going to help the community out a little bit. But in order for you to receive the blessing, you're going to have to be a member of each one of our pages. We're only giving it to the members right now, only the followers. Only the followers. So with that being said, I am out here in Oklahoma. It was a lovely, pretty day out here this week. Actually today. It's been cold. I don't know, I can't even fool nobody. It's been cold one day. It's been 2 degrees one day. Wake up, it's 80 degrees the next day. Go back to sleep, 20 degrees, wake up to 60 degrees. This weather been all kinds of crazy. A little bit of rain here, what have you. But yeah, I ain't gonna spoil it. So yeah, that's what's going on. I had a very good week. It's prosperous. Where did I go at this week? I was down in Alabama. I was down in the dirty. I was down in the swamps. And over there in Memphis, Tennessee, a little bit for a couple of days. Came back here on yesterday. And I am here in Oklahoma, putting the feet up. Got my girl D in the back, and my man Chad in the back. What up? What's good, people? What's up, D? How you doing today? You waving? I think D gonna do sign language for us today, y'all.
I'm good. How are you?
Right.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Chad.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How was your New Year?
It was quiet. I need a life. 2023, I think I'm going to get a life. I'm going to go find me a man, or my man go find me, so I can get out the house.
Yeah. All right. So you was just like chill. You had a chill New Year's.
I did. I laid in the bed. I had 2 bottles of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Netflix. I did the Netflix and chill solo.
Yes, Lord.
Why
Yeah.
you
But
act
it was
like you
comforting. So did you binge? What did you watch?
I was watching. What is this? Canaan, something Canaan or Canaan, raising Cain or raising somebody.
Oh yeah, from
didn't?
Power, like the Power series.
Yeah, and then I was watching
Mhm.
M. What's it? M the gang, the mafia. What's it? MFG M something.
BM, BM,
BMB that.
you in here sounding like somebody grandma for real. Why being up all those names and everything? Like, you sound like my grandmother.
But I know what it is. I was watching that.
That's how my grandmother be talking about. Yeah, I was watching that. What is it? Gang stuff? FMGB.
But it's actually pretty good. And I watched the series again of God damn.
So this is your first time actually sitting down and watching like Raising Canaan and BOF. You watch Power? Did you watch Power?
I used to watch Power. I don't watch Power anymore.
Hold on. So
Because once
did you watch
once a
all
little
of the
nappy
original?
headed boy took over, I was just like he turned me off because I wanted to kill his ass. What's his name? His son.
Who, Tariq?
Tyreek.
Ghost son.
Tariq.
Once he took over, I was just like, I wanted to whoop his ass so bad.
You
I
gotta
had to
watch
like,
this.
huh?
You gotta watch. You gotta watch little Tariq do this thing. I mean, it's a good show. Actually, it's giving out a secret. People come back and hit it up. But what we're gonna do with the show Walk, it's gonna be something similar to Power, and whereas though you can branch out each character, gonna have their own show, their own shine. You know what I mean? So,
And I
that's
also
a
watched The
good.
Best Man Holiday again. It was it was something that I needed to watch by myself without any interruptions. So I just watched that again.
Yeah, that was you talking about the. Oh, okay. You talking about the one where?
The series.
Okay, the series. Okay, yeah, that was good. That was good.
I had to rewatch that again.
Okay.
So as I'm talking about series, um, if people don't know, we will be filming our own series. You'll find it here. Well, actually, you know what? We'll probably post like clips and stuff on YouTube. But I think I'm going to run it through the website. Please go down to our website. Will be up this year. We will be doing a lot of things running through our website. And just to talk about it, Chad, you was in the building when we had the first casting call. How'd you like it? What was your thoughts about the people that came?
I thought it was pretty cool. It was a mixture of talent from at the beginning of it, and then people who've done it for a while. So it was good to see the blending and how much that they put into making that the monologue into their own. So it was really inspiring to see.
Now watch
That
who I
felt like
got coming to you. Watch who I got coming to you January 22nd. Though. That's our next casting call. If you're in the Oklahoma area and you're a model, an actor, a designer, and if you want to get your brand on there, reach out to me. Shoot easy on the eyes at gmail.com. Right? And we got some of the local celebrities coming to the building in the 22nd. Country films and out here doing their thing in the community. They're going to come out and audition on the 22nd. That is our last casting call. We pretty much rounded everything up, but I know we're going to solidify everything and have it cast that day on that 22nd, after the 22nd. And then we're going to go into our table call. But before we do our table call, we're going to have a date party with just the cast. And everybody can bring a date. So we're going to have to fly out here. I mean, we're going to have a little date party. And,
You said I'm gonna have to fly out there.
yeah, we're going to have a date party and everybody agree. I don't know. I will know this week. I don't know about Wednesday the date I can get the building. But what I'm gonna do is, you know how the atrium says, I'm gonna turn that atrium into a whole little thing. Whole thing. We're gonna be down there meeting, greeting, drinking, and chatting, and pass and everything. So that's what we're gonna do. So that's stay tuned. That's coming up. But so Chad, how was your week this week?
Hold on. It was. I got a lot accomplished this week. Kind of went by like a blur.
Right.
So, and we were still recovering from the festivities from feeding the homeless, and so I also spent this week getting the house back in order because everything is everywhere.
So look, so how did that giveaway go? Well, y'all gave away hats and scarves, things like that. How did that go?
We fed 75 homeless individuals in the community, and each of them got 3 meals apiece. And we had blankets, and so they had like two make ready, easy like make ready meals that were in the bags, and then they had like snacks. And
Right.
for the women, we had the pads, and then we had donations of shoes. So we had like hats and scarves and gloves and some socks and then coats. So like they felt like they're kind of they were like it kind of made them feel like they were shopping. So they were just like going through and like looking at stuff, and it was like oh girl, I like this. And so it was really cool to be able to give that for them. And this one was the preparation was the longest. So I just was like, Lord, we're gonna definitely need some more hands-on for when we keep doing this, because it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And so it was really fun though. Like we had conversations with some of them, and then because we do it so much, I don't know, it felt different to have them to recognize me and like, hey, you came out here the other times. So like, yeah, so like it's starting to build a different type of,
No, I got
different type of views.
I'm proud of y'all, man, and what y'all doing in the community. I'm gonna say just keep it up.
Okay.
Keep it up, man. You know what I mean? Because that's what we need. We need us to step up and do more for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I was actually looking for the story. See, it's on my other phone. And about KKK people, but
You said about what? You said you were looking for a story about the KKK?
Yeah, they got somebody took their boots. They took some boots from the market. I just had it up there too.
The boots is on the market? That's what you said?
Yeah, hold on real quick. Let me get that.
Something happening with you keep like going in and out, like at the end.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't find it. I'm gonna find it because I had it up. If you can find it, look at. I don't know. You got news break. Google boots and KKK.
Oh, I found it.
You found it? All right. Read that to me. What happened?
You talking about from Walmart?
Yep.
Walmart removes KKK men's hiking boots from website after pressure from civil rights organization. How do you know that they're? Oh, wow! Like, how do you? Like, it's a cute boot, but it is because of that red KKK right there. Am I showing it right? Can you see it?
Yep. Yeah, you showing it right.
That is ridiculous.
They probably
Not that they try to play in the they just try to do it like right in the face.
They probably some good, comfortable, cheap boots too.
Mm-hmm. But I don't understand. Like, what would make you
read that story to me, Dad? Read that story. What is it?
It says Walmart has removed an online listing for a pair of men's hiking boots with KKK embolized on the tongue. The retailer dropped the shoes from its website after it was flagged by the Council of American Islamic Relations, a grassroots civil rights and advocacy group. We thank Walmart for dropping our online listing for oddly poorly naming KKK boots after we brought this to their attention earlier today, Care said in a press release. A spokesman for Care told Insider the organization
Oh, I think Chad froze. You still there, D?
They
D, you
probably
still?
locked us behind up. Look,
Yeah, they like, nah, stop talking about us, Nick.
they censored his behind.
So we're gonna get Chad back up here. He don't like he froze. He gonna, you know,
They censored Chad.
they like, nah, y'all ain't gonna be talking about this. Let me see something real quick. All right. What's good? What's good? Like, we got Larry in the building. Larry, you in the building? You with us? Let me see if you can hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you, man. How's everything? How you doing, D?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you guys. Well, not see you, bro.
Likewise.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I was gonna bring you in anyway, but as you can see, I'm waiting for Chad to reboot up and all that.
Chad got censored by the KKK.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That was deep. They came after him right away.
Right.
Yeah, with some trigger words.
Instant.
Right.
So Larry, what you think about that? What you think about them grabbing some boots, putting some boots on the market, and
I mean,
selling
I'm gonna tell you
that
like this. I just like them being honest. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Right.
they're going to sell their stuff, they're going to do their thing, and they're going to continue to finance their interests in their organization and continue to push their agenda forward. And they have the finances and the organization, as you see, to get that done. And you know, and the reality is that I'm just glad that they fronting with it, because the other things is that that's the one product that we know about. How many products do they create that we don't know about, and that we probably out here supporting ourselves like on some real dummy shit?
On them and support them, put money, mad money in their pocket. Now that's the thing. Is it? I mean, if it's nothing discriminating on the boot, Chad, on that boot, the only thing that's bad about that boot is the letters KKK.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see this.
That's the only. I mean, it's not a bad boot, and it's at Walmart, so it's gonna be like inexpensive.
Right,
I mean,
right.
at the same time, the whole name of the boot is like Har Sunny Men's Tactical Military. And I'm gonna butcher this. Hiking ankle boot outdoor trekking shoes. So they put all of that and that's all you found. Other letters was KKK. Like, this kind of like, where's your intention when you created it? Because we can't just act like, okay, oh, I'm sorry, it was just, we didn't really think about it. Like,
even if they did it intentionally, right? Let's just say they knew what they was doing. It's us. It's our boot. We will put KKK on the top, and we will put it on the market, right? Is it right for them to take it off the market because it says KKK on the boot?
I mean, well, yeah, that would be racial paraphernalia. Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking everybody too. But as Black people, did we sell racial paraphernalia?
Black people were probably buying that boot until one particular person went in there and was like, hey, I feel some kind of way about this boot. But I mean, the thing is, though, Black people, and it's probably, the good old boys out there supporting the boot or whatever, but I'm pretty sure some Black ones have as well. But is it any different from supporting the KKK, any different from supporting people who are involved in pedophilia?
Right. I was about to say, because we buy boots. Y'all.
Because that brought us right back to our conversation right before the holidays.
What was the Carmine group? What was the name?
And it's always us that support. We're the number one supporters of these pedophilias. We're pedophiles. I'm sorry, pedophiles. We're the number one. Well, I'm going to say them. Black people are the number one supporters of these pedophiles. You
Well,
know, white
I
people
mean, that's
support them, but
100% right.
black people are the number one because black people are always like the crabs in the barrel and keeping up with the Joneses and all this extra stuff. So
It's just they don't have any real focus and no real black people are just supporting things and doing things and jumping on bandwagons and not really doing any type of research. So the reason the question was it wrong for them to have KKK gear? You know what I mean? And as versus us having black gear. Because we do have you're going to see Black Lives Matter shirt and things like that. You're going to see your red, black, and greens. Type of paraphernalia. You're going to see I'm black and I'm proud. You're going to see a lot of things that promote black culture that white people wouldn't wear nor support. The thing is that that's live in your face, but we don't have a stick or a measurement of how much those that paraphernalia supports the black community. It lines the pockets of a few people, but does it support the community? The difference between what we're looking at with their boot and what we're looking at in our situation is that their boots represents organization. Their boots represents financial stewardness. Their boots represents a future for them. The question becomes is not just is that okay for them to do that? What are we doing when we have our situations? You know what I mean? Are the Black Lives Matter t-shirts used for the organization and the betterment of black people? Or are these KKK boots used for the organization and the betterment of their people and their agenda? So those are the questions that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think basically, like you just said, it's so different than everybody else. So I think they have a right to. What's the word I'm looking for? I think they have a right to fight everybody else.
they got a right to sell their product because of what you're doing there.
Yeah, just like everybody else. But I mean,
you opening up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
And if you put certain things on clothes.
But see, the thing is, like gay people are sensitive to certain things. It's like black people are sensitive to certain things, and white people are sensitive to certain things. I mean, I think it's a sensitivity thing going on. You know what I mean?
It's new cancel culture.
We're echoing, Toby.
Said I'm echoing.
We are echoing.
It's because
you echo.
You got to mute yourself.
Testing. That's okay. I'm clear.
Yeah.
Say something.
It's the feedback. It's the feedback
Okay.
on. Yeah.
It's on KB's line.
Yeah.
So yes, I think like I was saying, that's a sensitivity thing with everybody. I mean, like I said, it's also trigger.
KB causing an echo.
All right, that's what I wanted to see. I just stepped back. So hold up. So real quick. So y'all agree that you think it's gonna open up Pandora's box?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I like it to be up front and center. I like it to be right in front of your face as opposed to being covert and underhanded, so to speak. Because some of these organizations run major corporations and major brands that black people support every day, and they market to black people just for that purpose. For them to continue to finance their plans. And we got to be paying attention to that. See, like we didn't have to do the research on this because they put it right out in front of you. And but other times we got to really do the research. We got to do the research on all these brands that we actually support and support with major money.
Are we gonna stop buying? Nope.
Nope.
I don't think we're gonna stop buying. Well, not me per se. That's the community. I don't think we're gonna stop supporting. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think that's the response. They have gotten.
Mute yourself, KB.
I think that that's the reason why they have gotten comfortable with doing it right in our face, because no matter what they do, we are already programmed to just buy it, because now it's either cheaper, or now because it's, you know, it's mixed in with the rest of the groceries that you buy, or because you're becoming more desensitized because of the movies that they're just now starting to put out a whole lot of Negro movies, and now they're starting to like desensitize us. So now it's okay, because go ahead and buy that, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be upset today, but tomorrow you're gonna go buy them, and then at that time, you're gonna make a completely different reason as to why you support it now and why you didn't support it the day before. And it's the fact that, like, and then like black people as a whole will deny that they're programmed in that way, but then will dismiss the fact that you still went to that same place and you've been supporting them this whole time. Like, we support people who don't give a fuck about us. We support people who have grown up in our same community, and they become sold, in the sense, to the highest bidder, and then their view is forced, not even like their view is forced to be changed, and they're starting to be a part of like feeding back the poison back to the community. Like we like it's all a part of the plan, and the fact that they've gotten that comfortable with it shows how far that we have gotten comfortable with it, if that makes sense. And that's, I mean, it's just like, eventually we either gonna wake up, or history gonna repeat itself, and we're gonna wake up back up in chains.
Yeah, I'm with you, man, and I see what you're saying, and I think that that's a really valid point. With black people are going to support things because of their ignorance, because of their lack of research and their lack of focus. One of the things that I remind people a lot of times is that a slave that thinks he's free will never try to escape. And most black people think that they're free in some type of way. And so when they think that they're free, they don't really look for ways of escaping. They don't look for ways of, bettering themselves. They don't look for ways of taking control of their own reality and their own future. And so they'll blindly support things because they don't mean any harm. And, and we the most forgiving people. When people straight up diss us, throw us under the bus, turn their backs on us, leverage us, and things like that. And we still turn around and continue to support them and support their efforts and things like that for the sake of them being, part of the culture and things of that nature. And we don't really have a mechanism like, even when, Kanye did what he did, said what he said, and things of that nature. We don't have a mechanism to, to force people and, into complying with our agenda. We don't have a mechanism for that. And so when these people go out here and they have a mechanism and to back it up, because see, what happens is, it's one thing to say something to a bully, but it's a different thing to have enough power in your hand to punch them in the face, right? Yeah. And so we don't really have the power to punch people in the face, and that's really and that's what we're seeing right now. So we see the powerlessness of when people can come and do things to our community that we can't really respond to. We're not really in a position. See, when we look at a boot like that gives them the opportunity to respond to situations, the opportunity to respond to accusations, the opportunity to respond to things that they feel are working against them. You know what I mean? And that's just not what black folks are doing, and we got to be taking a page out of that. I mean, even though we can wear our, Black and I'm Proud t-shirts and things of that nature, but where's the Black and I'm Proud, school centers, that's educating young folks to, to keep on, being on a Black and Proud and support their own type of agenda. It's okay for them to do their thing, but I'm just saying, let's do our thing. Don't just look at them and be hating on them. I mean, that's throwing stones from the outside. We're already behind enemy lines, and what the brother said was about being comfortable. They are comfortable because it's their house, and black people are living in somebody else's house trying to change the furniture, and that doesn't work. And so, when we see opportunities like this, take it as an opportunity, take it as a lesson, learn the lesson. The lesson is say, okay, let's put our RBG boots right next to KKK boots and see who gets that work. You know what I'm saying? Compete head to head. don't shy from the competition. You see what they doing. Okay, we can be on a real Me Too campaign. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Me Too campaign I want to be on. Hey, they got their boots. Where's our boots? Where's our RBGs? Like, where's our RBGs? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. So, you still with me? So look. So with that being said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it up with Larry. Larry, that's my boy. Entrepreneur. I'll let y'all pick his brain.
Are you eating? I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying.
I said I'm gonna let y'all pick Larry brain. No, I ain't eating. I'm back here sipping, man. I'm back here sipping.
Oh, I thought Larry was a part of the panel.
Nah.
Oh, he not. Oh shit! Seems like you just missed all the way in. You missed well. Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna pick his brain, see what he's doing. He got some. Like I said, he's a barber, but he also has some other business, some other things that he's gonna talk to us about and share with us. And y'all pick his brain. I'm gonna drop back and I'm gonna work on this echo and these pictures and all this stuff.
That's like, you echoing.
Y'all, yeah, I know. I think it's. I gotta play with these buttons. Grandbaby touch the button. They be done. She be hosting her own show when I ain't here.
The late night podcast.
Right. So D and Chad, take it away. I'm gonna pop back up in a few minutes.
Well, hi Larry. I thought you was really like a part of the panel. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Thank you, D. You're always so nice to me every time I see you. I appreciate it.
I know, right? We go back, Chad. Larry and I go back a little ways.
Oh, really? What's a little ways?
Couple years, at least a good 8, 9, 10 years, somewhere around.
Yeah, we working on a decade. We definitely working on a decade.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy when you say that's not shady, because I'm starting to say that myself. Like everything that I started to say now is like almost a decade, and I'm like, oh God, I'm getting up there.
Oh man, it's what happens when you're grown. Thank you, D.
Well,
I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Good. I see. I was feeling a little guilty. I said, well, look, I had to step my game up because Chad was having his little sip, and I was like, man, I'm sitting over here on running the dry boat, and I'm like, nah, bro, I can't do that. So, here's cheers to you, Chad. Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Absolutely. Salute.
Well, cheers to my bottle of water.
Thank you, D. No worries.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, why everybody got a bottle except for me?
Hey, you didn't get the memo.
You've been there.
I see. That's okay. I got y'all next time. But anyway. Well, welcome to the panel, Larry, again. You already know who I am. This is Chad. Chad, go ahead and talk to Larry. Tell Larry where you're from.
This is supposed to be an interview with him, but yes, I'm Chad from Oklahoma. I'm a fashion designer and artist and director and mentor of a nonprofit. Took some of my clothes, some of my art back there. But enough about me. What about you? I'm curious. Like, where are you from? What do you do? Like, what's going on?
Well, what's happening, Chad? I appreciate it, and thanks for thanks for sharing with me, man. It's awesome, man. Fashion is dope, and and I just in Oklahoma there's a lot of good things going on out there. So you in a place that's making some things happen, and my man KB is always telling me, man, we got to come on through and come out there and get some things done. So so absolutely congratulations to you and what you're doing, and I appreciate that. And just a little bit about myself. I'm from Baltimore, man, born and raised. I've done a few things. I've been around for a while. And collecting decades with good people like the good sister D and my good brother KB. We go back like Cadillac seats. You know what I mean? Just a whole lot of love, whole lot of life, and just enjoying each other and enjoying the process. One of the things that I'm doing right now, and I mean, KB mentioned that, I do cut his hair. I'm his barber from, when he's in Baltimore. So he slides through and I tighten him up and make sure he's good to go and ready to hit the streets. You know what I mean, and fashion ready, because I'm sure he's wearing some of your gear and really and putting it out there. So so that's a good thing. But but being in Baltimore, I've been cutting hair for a while, and but one of the things that I've been doing is I help people enjoy the water. I have a boat booking business by the name of Buku, and that's webuku.com, webuku.com, and what we do is we help people enjoy the water. It's kind of like Uber for boats, and whereas though we help boat owners, and stay on the water a little bit more, and we help customers and people that aren't boat owners. We help them to get a chance to get on the water and enjoy, on demand. So people get a chance to get right on the site, just like you can pick a Uber, you can pick a boat, and get a chance to enjoy, an evening out. We do a lot of date nights, whether it be, hanging out with, as a couple, or hanging out with a couple of couples. We do, we do a lot of girls' nights, or birthday parties and turn-ups and things like that. We have some sipping sales that we deal with, as well as some smoking sales. So we just give people a chance to, to really enjoy the water in a way that they haven't been able to see possible. A lot of people, 90% of the people want to be on boats, but only 3% of the population owns boats. So what we're doing is making sure that we leverage the availability of some of these boats, because these boats are sitting in the slips. The average boat owner is only on their boat less than 20 days a year. The average is actually 14 days a year. And so for 300 days it's sitting around, and we employ those, 30 days out of the 300 to help other people enjoy the water as well. So that's my main business, and we do that, pretty much right here on the Chesapeake Bay mostly, but we'll be expanding over the next couple of years to get out and do more things in, like some of the warmer climates like Miami, or Florida, as well as Mexico. We have connections and things down there, but our main business right now we've been working for the last couple of years right here on the Chesapeake Bay, the Baltimore Harbor and Annapolis and things like that. There's a 500,000 boats here that people don't really know that they can have access to and get a chance to enjoy, and we help them with that. So so that's pretty much what I do, man. When I'm not cutting hair, I'm out on the water having fun, entertaining people, and everything is better on the water.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever, like, somebody wanted to get their haircut on the water? Oh, that's some bougie, something that I want. I want to get my haircut on the water. Oh, that sounds bomb.
Yeah. It's possible, but, and we don't mind.
In my mind, and in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking like, shit, we might as well shoot a couple scenes on there,
Absolutely.
For the series and things like that. We might have to do that in season 2.
I'm sorry, KB. So Larry, when do you normally have your events? Do you have them year round, or when do you normally have your events?
Well, we do have year-round events. And this year we didn't do. We have things. Well, they have like the fireworks down on not 4th of July. Well, yeah, 4th of July, but also on New Year's. And so for a few years we did events for New Year's to help people to come out and celebrate in a different way. And people wanted to book a boat to able to have a front row seat to to the fireworks and things of that nature. So. This year we didn't promote it as much, but the few people got a chance to get out and enjoy and just come down and hang out on the docks and warm their bones with with a little bit of holiday cheer and and watch the fireworks and bring the New Year's in a different vibe in a different way, and those types of things that people don't normally know that they can do. We show people how to enjoy the stuff and how to enjoy the water, and so we do things year round, but of course in the wintertime it slows down. Our season normally is from April to November, and so April 1 to November 1, and that's normally our season. And but we do have some things, like sometimes people have requested to have a Thanksgiving on board, with 10 of their friends, and they can just sit at the dock eat there, and and just it's just a different vibe that people enjoy. And the same thing, like I said, with New Year, with the New Year's, bringing that in, so they might want to stay on a boat with a few friends, and they can cheer and celebrate down there. So so those are the type of things that we do in the winter. But during the year we do all types of things like dock parties, where people, we pull up at different places, and even with like our date nights and things like that, people like to get picked up or dropped off. So like, let's say, a nice date night might be, you might go eat at Ampere and C, right there at where the Frederick Douglass Myers, the Douglass Myers Museum is in
Mhm.
downtown Baltimore.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You can walk right out to the pier, board your boat, and then have dessert and cocktails on the boat. As you go out and catch the sunset. You understand? And then come on back in, which is a
Okay.
totally different vibe, but a totally different look than most people are used to when it comes to being on the harbor or being on the water or actually doing something in Baltimore.
Oh, you
Okay.
is
So
like
I have
I
a
need to.
two-part
I see
question.
that.
I'm sorry. I have a two-part question. What made you get started, and how long have you been in this business? Did you already answer that?
Well, one of the things, as a barber, I would talk to some of my clients, and my clients knew that I had a boat. I got invited out to the water, uh, 15, 20, excuse me, woo, 19 years ago. I got invited to the water, and a fella that I would go to his house. I would always go to his parties, and I would bring him a fifth of cognac because he drank cognac and smoked cigars. So he and I got along very very well. And so he invited me once. He said, Larry, man, sometimes you need to get on my boat. And so I said, well, hey man, whenever you're ready, man, just let me know. And he actually called me up like probably like 2 weeks later. He had a party, like a graduation party for one of his kids in June. And then a couple weeks later, he hit me up and was like, hey, um, I'm going to be in a regatta. I'm going to need some crew. And I just want to know if you're down. And it's going to be 4th of July weekend. I said, well, I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but if that means we're going sailing, then I'm with it. So he said, yeah, we're going sailing. I said, cool. He said, well, bring a case of beer. I drink Heineken, a case of water, and then whatever else you need for the weekend. I said, cool. Oh, I'm sorry. And he said, we're going to split the gas. And I said, okay, well, that's cool. That sounds good to me. And so we went ahead and I boarded his boat, got everything that he asked for. And when we went to the pier to fuel up, the fuel dock, we were floating around for a while because there was like a big boat, a big power boat fueling up. And so we drifted around and we were just talking. And so when we went and got and docked and, tied the boat up, I went to look at the fuel pump. You know how, when you go to the gas station, you go look at the pump and you see how much gas the first person put in there right before you. You know how you do that?
Yeah.
This said $1,287 and some change.
And you got to split that?
Bro, I almost had a heart attack. So this brother was everything every name under the except for the child of God. You understand what I'm saying? So I brought $400 out the house, and I really wasn't planning on spending that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, you should tell a brother something like this,
You
So I'm
said split the
immediate,
gas. I thought it was like,
bro,
about like $1,500. You said,
bro. It was crazy. And so anyway, I put the gas in. He said, I started putting the fuel in. He showed me how to, and I'm fueling up, and the gas pump clicked at $38. I said, and so
oh,
I said, well, wait. I said, wait a minute, man. It's not taking any more gas. He said, what did it say? I said, it say $38. He said, that's good. Wrap it up. I said, whoa,
hallelujah. Oh,
whoa,
God.
oh. I said, so I look, I was a cheerful giver that day, bro. I went and gave him, peeled off that $40 so daggone fast. He said, no, bro, we gonna split that. I said,
No,
no, man, you keep that. You keep that.
I got the whole thing for you.
Yeah.
Because
And so,
what?
and I tell you,
Okay.
man, we left with a full tank of gas, and when we came back, we did the regatta, we hung out for the weekend, we spent the night down at Sandy Point, and then we went further down to Holland Beach, is like a black owned beach in Annapolis, where actually Frederick Douglass has a house down here, in case you guys didn't know. Like on the Chesapeake Bay, there are a lot of black owned beaches because we didn't have anywhere else that we can go, so we had to do our own thing. So like even like parts of the Chitlin Circuit is on some of these black owned beaches and things that, this is just a little Baltimore history that I want people to know about. And so because there's lots of history here. I mean, they call this Tubman Town on the low. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Harriet Tubman walked these streets, so did Frederick Douglass. So Freddie D, Harriet T, we really get it done here in Baltimore in a way that people are not really familiar with. And so, so Black revolutionary genius is kind of in our DNA in this area. So I really want to make sure that I bring that out and make sure that people understand, that, even part of what I'm doing with my business, I don't present myself as a black owned business. That's just not what I do. But I just want to make sure that we know where our roots are, and you don't have to, and I don't have to put that on Front Street for us to see the work and the value in what we're doing and what we're bringing. So, so when we started, that was the main thing. It was more of, I was amazed that black people were out here on the water and doing major things. Just sailing and chilling, and somebody really, I can say enhanced my life by giving me an opportunity to be on the water and see Baltimore from a different way. So that's the reason why we kind of started the business, because somebody showed me and gave me access. And because there's two things that we worry about. One is access, the other one is exposure. And so someone exposed me to it, by inviting me out. Okay. And then they gave me access once I started being out there and networking and seeing. When I asked people, hey, man, how much did this boat cost? People told me, hey, man, this boat cost me $3,000. Hey, man, this boat cost me $4,000. Or hey, man, this boat cost me $10,000. Or hey, man, this boat cost me $2,500 for the weekend. So there's all types of realities that people are dealing with. But the attraction and the draw to me was a sense of freedom, and being able to look at how Harriet Tubman's efforts were affected by the seamen and by people who were on the water. So while people were waiting in the water, waiting for opportunity to get on a boat and get the hell out of here, so that the dogs and people couldn't follow them. You understand? Right. These were things that black sailors helped with. Okay, because these are black sailors and black hands that were able to help support these types of efforts and things like that. So this is like many early development and early ideas. So I'd like to mention a little bit about our history here, because we have a long, strong history of being on the water. So that's, but starting the business was mostly really giving people some access. And for myself, I wanted to create an opportunity to retire. And as a retirement plan, I figured, I would just get my captain's license and get me like a boat and do booze cruises every day. That was my retirement plan. And creating Buku and webuku.com, it helped me to not only, create a retirement plan for myself, but also create a retirement plan for others that wanted to be on the water and look for something else to do, and have a little fun, doing it. So that's so I've been in business now for 3 years, and right now we're focused on the Chesapeake Bay for the next year, maybe two, and then we're going to really expand. Once we got our model here really perfected, then we'll look at what we want to do outside of the country, because we're a business that's about, I guess we can say it's about the boat owners for us, and we're building a model that is duplicatable all over the bay and all over the country and all over the world.
So I imagine you have to be licensed, right? Like you have to be licensed to go from, do you have to, well, let me ask, do you have to be licensed to go from, let's say, from Baltimore to DC, or from DC to, let's say, Delaware, or into other states?
Nope. Well, the good thing is you don't have to be licensed unless you want to make money. So like, okay. In order to make money, it's kind of like a captain's license is like a CDL's on the water. Okay. So like, if you wanted to really drive a cab and things like that, you had to have, licensing and things, and you wanted to make money from the industry, you had to get licensed. And so that's what we do. I actually run a captain's course where we help boat owners get licensed so that they can make money on the water, as well as we have licensed captains where boat owners can pair up or hire a licensed captain so that they can still make some money in their absence. So whereas though with a licensed captain, someone can come out and so we're giving people opportunities. So let's say there's we have a licensed captain that's doing this on a full-time basis. They can actually go to other boat owners and take their boats out. So where these boat owners they might not have the time, or they might not even have the inclination to take other people out on a boat, but they can turn their boat over to a licensed captain that they know that will care for their boat and take people out, and they will still be able to make income, while they're not there. That's a part of our hands-free package, for some of our boat owners and things. So it's so for opportunity wise, somebody that gets a captain's license, could make $50 an hour with us, just by taking other people's boats out and entertaining guests and things like that on a boat for a few hours. So, those are the type of things that we do, and those are the type of things that those are the type of opportunities that we're creating and making, so that way we're creating industry out here. There's a lot of there's a lot of money in a boating industry, but a lot of times Black people aren't participating in the economy or the industrial side. They're more participating in the consumer side, and we're giving them opportunity to do both.
What's the insurance like?
Insurance is, we you have to continue to get additional insurance, just like if you would like a Uber. You would have to have your ride sharing insurance and things like that. And what we have is like a captain's insurance or a chartering insurance, and that's the equivalent on the water. And so your insurance will increase a little bit. Put it like this: is extra $150 a year for myself, to have chartering insurance, which is not bad when we're talking about averaging about $500 every time I leave the dock. So, just to be able to have that extra insurance and do the process and make sure everything is right, it makes it better, So, but again, we're created kind of for boat owners, so that way boat owners can offset the cost of ownership. Because if you're only on your boat 20 days a year, and let's say your boat might cost you $20,000 a year to keep, you know what I mean? You kind of paying $1,000 a day. So, boating can be expensive for boat owners. But one of the things about boat owners is that they didn't buy the boat so that they can share with other people. They bought this boat as something that they can do leisurely with their friends and family. And so when they sharing it with other people that's outside of their friends and family, is a little creepy sometimes. You know what I mean? It's not really what they intended to do. But the reality is that especially with the economy being what it is, and and the thing is, you're both sitting there 300 days a year, sir. You might as well go ahead and let it go out. If it goes out 20 days a year and it makes $500 a day, I mean, that's still $10,000 that you have to offset the cost of ownership of your boat. And that's the type of situation that we set up for boat owners. And on the other side of that, people that would love to be able to enjoy a date night, for $350 to $550, just be able to hang out and relax and enjoy for a few hours. And people really want to have that opportunity, as opposed to trying to buy a boat so they can do that once or twice a year. You know what I mean? And so we try to we combine the two, so it's a two-sided marketplace that way. So we match boat owners with with people who actually want to be on the water and want to enjoy that, whether they be closing a business deal or or taking their family out. I've had families come out, and I had a guy come out. He wanted to take his wife and children out before his son was on his way to college and things like that, and he wanted to take his kids out, and they just wanted to sail. They wanted to give them that experience of being on a boat, cutting the engine off, and really seeing how the sails could move a boat and propel a boat and enjoy themselves. And that was an experience that was that's unforgettable. Okay, that experience was priceless for them. It cost them $500, but literally it was priceless. And these are things that his children are going to talk about, for decades, going back to decades, right?
I gotta ask, what's some of the freakiest stuff you've ever seen on one of your trips?
I was waiting for it. You just can't help yourself.
Ooh, that's interesting. Now we're going to not to incriminate myself, but there's but in all my clients, we'll keep we'll protect the names of the innocent, to protect the innocent, right? Now there's been times where where people have wanted to they were having a lot of fun, and and a gentleman, he asked me, he said, "Look, bro, you got 3 cabins down here. Can I use one of them?" I said, "Well, listen, man, I got some sheets that you can throw out there, but I'm gonna have to get you, make sure you okay. And I'm gonna have to charge you for that. You know what I mean?" So he went ahead, no problem. and he took one of the cabins and shut the door, and all I heard was some moans and groans for a while, and again we're gonna let that stay where that was. So that wasn't and that was a good night for him, and he tipped well. He was very thankful for the evening.
Very.
Yes. Now, the thing is that it's my boat, and I can say yes and I can say no, on my boat. Now there's like I said, it's kind of like Uber for boats. So lots of people log on and put their boats and things like that on our site, and it's up to the captain. It's the captain's call as to what goes on, what happens, and what doesn't happen on boats on their particular private situation. So that was a
Right.
private charter. He had a good time. The young lady sound like she had a good time. and, and so things happen, and I'm not opposed. You know what I mean? And we've had our own situations, on a boat and things like that. I've been on the water for 20 years. I mean, there's been lots of interesting situations, I'll say.
So is this considered a club? And if so, how does another boat owner become a part of this? Is there a membership? How does another boat owner become a part of this business?
Thank you, Dee. Sorry, because I want to make sure that everybody's clear. Again, this is like Uber for boats. So people can log on, they can put their boat on, and they can set up their payment gateway. So that way, when someone books their boat, they have a way of getting paid. So a regular boat owner can just come onto our site, they can log on, and we deal with Stripe. They'll set up a Stripe account with us or through us. And so whenever someone comes and say, hey, I want your boat for this time, for this many hours, the money is already there. The boat owner only has to push accept or decline. And we make it that simple for boat owners to be able to do that and book with us or get booked with us. And for clients and customers, they just log on, they put in a number, they log onto the site, they put the number of people that there's going to be in their party, and they put the time that they're looking for, and they just go ahead and push the button, and they can pay and then and communicate with the captains. They can communicate back and forth with the captains through the site, through our messaging, and that's how people are able to book. So boat owners are able to just log their boat and list their boat for free. It doesn't cost them anything. And the way that I kind of am about life is if I make money, then if we make money, then everybody makes money. If we're not making any money and you just set your boat on a site, it's not going to cost you anything. I'm not going to make you pay for something that you're not getting any benefit from. But when someone comes in and says, hey, I want to be on this boat for 3 hours and I'm paying $750 for a party of 10. And we say, okay, that sounds, that's cool. And you say, okay, you accept it. And we're going to get 20% of that. And that's what we're going to do with our business because we're driving the business to you. And so somebody that, let's just say they're making $1,000, they're going to pay us, they're going to pay us $200. We're going to get $200 out of that. And so, for 3 or 4 hours worth of work, $800 isn't bad, for somebody that has a boat and they want to be on their boat anyway. So it doesn't cost them anything to list with us. It just costs once we send them some business, then we're gonna charge for that. And if they're doing a lot of business with us, then we come off of our percentage. But we start at 20%, and that's what we do. And then the customers who are booking a boat, they pay a 10% booking fee. Okay, so that's what they do. So they book a boat for $1,000, for a few hours for 10 people. Then they're going to pay 10%. And so that's how we make our money. We charge the customers 10% and we charge boat owners 20%. And that's the way that's the way we make our money to help, fund our advertising and our marketing and things that we do, so that the way that our boat owners don't have to create any type of marketing or business, and they can just log on and start getting a stream of income to help offset the cost of ownership. So if they can make, $3,000 to $5,000 a year with us, that's what I tell people to do. Start off there. That at least pay for your slip. And that might be, 5 or 7 bookings with us, over the summertime. And that's good for them. And for a lot of boat owners, that's, 5 or 7 times a year that they wasn't going to be on their boat. And, but they got a chance to make, and they had a chance, they made some money. They were on the water. And and people enjoyed themselves. And I like to remind people that the smiles don't lie. When people get off of our boats, they always have, huge smiles, and it's always an incredible experience. And I like to believe it's always unforgettable experiences, no matter what.
Okay. So is that 10% refundable, or is it like a deposit, or it's applied to the overall?
It's applied to the overall cost of the boat, and it's always though if they let's say if they booked something and they want it, they have a boat they reserved it for this day, for this many hours, for this many people, and we try to keep it so that it averages out to be kind of like about $100 a person. And so that's something that you're gonna if you go out to a club and you hang out, with a group of people, a couple of drinks and an appetizer, you're spending $100 today. And we try to keep it reasonable that way and comparable, so that way it's not super expensive, but it's definitely not it's not cheap either. You know what I mean? It's an opportunity to do something different, and and you can drink and buy, you have your own drinks, your own alcohol and things like that on board. And we try to make it nice and easy for folks that way. And so that way it's still reasonable at $100 a person. I mean, anybody that goes out in Baltimore City these days, if you leave your house and you plan on going out, I mean, you're spending at least $100. And I mean, that's a fairly cheap night. You know what I mean? If you going out, and I mean, as a man, now, I mean, I know, I mean, a pretty lady like you, D, might be able to get, a few drinks brought for you, but
I need to go out and start pimping, right?
But myself, I know that I'm going out. We spending at least $100 today, even if we just have a couple drinks. You know what I mean?
I understand. Hey, you got questions? I'm sorry, I just kind of like to go. We got questions.
Chad's chilling.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not frozen. Am I frozen?
No, you good.
Okay, no. I was liking the vibe. Like I like the whole. Like I was imagining myself. Like I'm coming back into reality. I was imagining myself on the boat. Like I've had some boat experiences, and I was like, oh my gosh, like a whole nother boat experience would be. Yeah. So my mind just kind of went there, like, cause like the water is just so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
It's so peaceful. I started thinking about my life, and I'm like, dang, what I want to do when I retire? I think I want to go on the boat.
Okay.
You don't have to retire. You can come on out and hang out with us, man. Take a few friends and come on out, man. We'll make sure that you have, we have first mate services, so that way if you book a boat and you tell the captain, hey, I want to have I drink Apple Crown, or I drink Menage a Trois, you know what I mean, or things like that. And what I do with our first mate services, we charge $25 per stop. So because marijuana is going to be legal in Maryland on the 14th, the dispensary will be one of our stops as well. So you have, you can stop at a dispensary. That's one stop. That's $25. You might stop at the grocery store to pick up a couple of things. You know what I mean? And then you say, well, I might want to stop at the liquor store and pick up a couple of things. So that's 3 stops.
See, I've been in Baltimore. I've been in Baltimore, and I've been over there in Maryland before, and I keep forgetting that it's like on the water. So like everything is like, I keep forgetting about that. So each one of those down there.
Yes.
So question, like, what if you was like, okay, so I'm gonna bring my food. Can you bring the food, or you got to stop to go get the food?
Nope.
Okay.
You can bring whatever you want. I had a couple come and spend their 21st anniversary with us. Okay. And the husband brought down he rolled his bag down, a carrying case. He just rolled on down the pier. This brother threw together a charcuterie board. It was just that was absolutely amazing. He had some shrimp that was steamed in butter and barbecue sauce. I'd never seen before. That was absolutely amazing. And he had his wife's favorite key lime pie. Melted her whole heart. He also brought down the countryest drink that I've ever seen in my life, which was ginger beer and corn liquor. Now, I didn't say now listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a sailor. I drink what's wet. Okay? But this fool had corn liquor and ginger beer. I said, I ain't touching none of that. Okay?
So it wasn't
And
like corn whiskey; it was corn liquor.
corn liquor from the backyards of North Carolina,
Oh wow!
right? And ginger beer. Now, mind you, I'm a just he's a pretty prominent attorney, and as is his wife. They were very beautiful people, great people. We had a ball hanging out with them, amazing people. But this so all that to say is that he brought his own vibe, to the boat. And all I did was we just provided the boat speaker, man, and the music was playing in the
Oh my
background, and
god!
we had a ball. We took him around to a couple different places and just hung out. And he was very pleased, and it was a very good experience for him and his wife. And his wife was she had some bad experiences on sailboats before prior to, and so the fact that we were able to take them and have them and give them a delightful experience, and even cruise over by some of the restaurants and stuff in downtown Baltimore, over in Harbor East, and then over in or like, because you got Maximum over there and Bygone and things like that in Harbor East. And we drifted on cruised on by Roof Chris for 'em, and things like that. And then we went over to like Amper Sea, and we cruised on by there. And it was funny, like over Amper Sea, when we were dipping down into the little basin there, the as I was coming out, people started cheering. I don't know if they thought I was going to hit the wall or something, but I just kind of skimmed by, and just kind of and just was waving at folks as we came by, and they were very excited about that. Just people that were sitting there, they seen us coming in. And one thing about, and I have to say this too, one thing about being black on the water, like, black folks love seeing us pull up. Like, black folks are really intrigued, and they love seeing black folks pull up. They like, man, because it's like it's very unusual, and they like, man, they never seen black folks in the water. They didn't think it was for them, and when they see us, that gives them a certain type of pride and a certain type of relationship where they like, man, now they can see, like myself, when I saw boats, but I didn't know that boats were for me. You understand? And so
It's just like
now,
seeing black cowboys.
yes,
Yeah, it's just like
yes,
seeing black cowboys.
But see, that's
yes,
that's different saying it from Oklahoma because my family like is black cowboys, so that's regular.
yeah, yes,
Well, here up
yes,
north, it's just like seeing a black cowboy.
right. It ain't normal for us, bro,
Hmm.
because I like Yellowstone.
So, Larry, going back a little bit into your conversation where you was talking about a bit of history. Do you see yourself, or have you, like, let's say school age children, like, thought of giving like a tour to school age children, like an educational tour?
Absolutely. Um, my whole existence is about those two things that we talked about: access, exposure, and access. Okay, so I'm going to continue to expose my people um, to opportunities like being on the water, but I'm also going to give them access. So when I think about giving them access, I think about the licensing class that I have, so that I actually help young fellas become licensed captains as well as first mates, so they can like right now, and our company is still a little young, but what they're ultimately going to be able to do is say, as a they can get a first mate, they can be licensed as a first mate over the and work on boats in the summertime. So we can have high school students working on boats in the summertime. That will give them not only the access but also exposure, and they're getting paid for that access and exposure. You know what I mean? So it becomes a job and an opportunity for them. And so whereas though, and then they can take it further and say, okay, I want to be a captain, and I can make $50 an hour. I mean, minimum wage is what, $15 an hour. I'm making sure that my people are in a situation where they can get paid even more, and to give them access and exposure. So when we looking at, like, even like in Baltimore, we have a challenge with our squeegee kids. The squeegee boys are out here, are basically harassing and terrorizing people for money. We're giving them an opportunity to make money enjoying themselves, because this is something that they get a chance to do as far as being on the water, which is an enjoyable experience. And it gives them some different life lessons that they're not going to have, just standing on corners and things of that nature. So So in addition, so these are things that give them all educational opportunities, but also economic opportunities, and also, we're giving them industrial opportunities and career opportunities. These are the things that we're doing to help, funnel business. These are the things that we're doing to help our youth. These are the things that we're doing to help give Black people access and exposure. Now, there's another gentleman by the Charles Kipp. He's looking at bringing the America's Cup. He's looking to have a all Black team in the America's Cup. The America's Cup is a sailing race, okay, that's historic. Having an all Black team is unheard of, unprecedented, and this is something that is brand new. This is something that, people haven't seen in 150 years of this race. They have never seen an all Black team participate in something like this. And so the fact that this is this is $100 million venture, just so you understand what type of money we're talking about. You're talking about $100 million to participate in a race like this. You're building a boat from scratch to, you're building a crew, putting a crew on this boat, right? And all of these things are coming into place. And this is what the America Cup is about. This America's Cup is about building boats and racing them and putting them to this whole top rated builders, top rated sailors, top rated people in the industry. You understand? And just like, hey, listen, Black folk, I'm gonna just say it like this, plain and simple.
That's
When they let us in
though.
yes, and when they let us in the door, we make it happen, right? When you let Serena in the door, she makes it happen. You understand what I'm saying? When you let Black folks in the door, we make it happen. And so, these are just opportunities.
Breaking barriers. Yeah,
So
breaking barriers.
that's what we're doing, D. And so we are looking forward to doing more of that.
Okay, so what about your barbering? I know you do the barbering. So do you mentor? Have you I don't know, but have you mentored the youth, men and women into you have a mentorship for barbering?
Yeah. Well, as a barber, I get a chance to touch people, and I take that very seriously. Okay, and it's a very personal thing. It's a very personal experience. When someone touches you, it's a very personal thing. All right, and I don't take it lightly. So before I touch anyone, I introduce myself. I'm never going to touch you without talking to you first. You understand? And so, so just from that standpoint, just the way that I bring people into my environment and into my seat, it's a sacred thing. I invite people in. Hey, sir, have a seat. You know what I mean? What's your name, sir? What are we going to do today? Before I put a drape on them or anything, before I touch them at all, we got to have some conversation, because I got to know that you're the type that you have the right energy that's capable of staying in my seat. Because because I refuse people as well. I refuse people as well as I fire people from my seat. And so my mentorship it starts from the very beginning of our conversation. It starts from the very introduction when they first come to see me. And so, because mentorship is two ways. You understand? First of all, you have to establish some type of authority, because I'm the expert here when it comes to this barbering thing. Okay. And so when clients come to see me, they're looking for some help and some service, and I'm here to provide a service. And one of the first things I tell them, if I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you. I promise you that, because that's just the person that I am. So my mentorship starts at that level, whereas though I'm going to meet you where you are. I'm not here to give people what they don't need. I'm not here to do things that they didn't ask me to do. Now, there are things that I'm going to uncover and discover during the time of us, spending time together. And that's where the mentorship comes in. And so whereas though if I see things that I can add value in, then I'm going to add value. And if there's other things that, that I might, that I don't need to speak on, then I'll just leave it alone. So mentorship is just it's a way of life, because I believe that iron sharpens iron. When we are in a situation, we're going to add value. I'm an impact player. That's what I do. So whatever the situation is, I'm going to bring some value. You know what I mean? And no matter what that is, I don't care if we shooting dice, or if we're building a boat, or if we're having a podcast. I'm here to bring some value. And if I can't bring any value, then I've shorted you. And but the thing is, if I can't add value, then I'm not going to try to bring down the conversation either. You understand? And so mentorship is a very it's a very delicate thing, because with mentors, and so when, people would use it a little uh like kind of hand wave it a little bit, but it's very, very serious, because sometimes people come. I have, and as a human, I have to recognize that if someone sits in my chair, sometimes they need some help. They need some communication. They need a little bit of guidance. They might have the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they came in feeling some kind of way. And so when you leave my chair, there's two things that's supposed to happen. One, you're supposed to look good. The other one, you're supposed to feel good. And if
Feel
those
good.
things
Yep.
didn't happen, then I feel like I failed. I didn't give you the service that you came for. Okay.
Feel like
So
a bartender service as well. Don't you? Do you consider it as such? Like kind of like a bartender when they sit down, it's like you're like a counselor, teacher.
yes.
But that's
All
what I
those
was going to
things.
say, because I like the terminology that you use. One would use what you use as like to help someone. You use the terminology of mentorship in regards to defining how you would help someone find themselves or how to add value to themselves, and in a way of like building, like having a conversation and building from the inside out. And from a lot of people, like it, you used the way that you used it was the terminology was really deep, in more of a meaning of like it shows how you view your position and how you see what your purpose is. Um, a lot of people, when they're going through, like when they're finding themselves, and then they find how to start making money with what their dreams are, tend to stray away from the mentoring, because you can what kept you grounded like through all of it.
Right. One of the things that I try to do when I approach my business, especially the barbering business, I have to remind myself I'm partners with God. Okay. I
Mhm.
partner with God. When people come to me, God has given you natural lines, natural beauty, natural things. And my job is to uncover what God has already given you. I'm not trying to create anything in your world. I'm here to help uncover what God has already given you. And that's the blessing, right? And so, I'm here to show you your blessing. And your blessing is beauty. You are a beautiful person. And that's the way I approach my clients, and that's the way I approach my business. I'm here to uncover God. I'm here to help you discover God. So we, as though I'm not trying to, now and again, I can create lots of stuff. I got plenty of dyes and sprays, and I could create all types of stuff for you, but that's not my job. Now I will do that because you asked me to. And if you ask me to, I'm going to help you. Right. But my job is to uncover the beauty that God has already given you. That's my job. Right. And so when I deal with my people, that is what you see. That's a philosophy about life. It's not just what I bring. One of the things that I'm gonna share with you is that even in my chair, I'm telling you, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And so if I can help you in any way, if I can't help you, I will never hurt you, because I don't believe in help. I don't believe in hurting black people. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I don't get it twisted. I have many cultures that sit in my chair: white, black, black, white, candy stripe. I mean, I got it all. You understand what I'm saying? And like, probably 30% of my clientele is homosexual. So like, I'm dealing with all types of people. You understand what I'm saying? And even and people that come to me and they might be intimidated to even share with me certain things. But because of my relationship and the way that I approach my business, they feel a little more comfortable. And so, whereas though, like I had a gay guy come to me. I was in a bar the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, he sees me in a bar. It's like a bar that one of my client owns the bar, and I come to the bar to wind down sometimes after I finish working. It's right around the corner, so I walk around there and I have me one drink, maybe two, and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, he said, listen, brother, I always see you in here, and I know that you take care of Ann, which is the owner of the bar. He said, I love the way you take care of her hair, but I'm a gay man, and I was wondering if it's okay if I come to you. And I said, brother, about 30% of my clients are gay. I don't, we would not. He said, well, this last guy, he would always talk smack about gay people and this, that. No. We don't do that here. Not my chair. And if anybody in my shop does anything to disrespect you, you need to let me know, because I'll deal with that. Because I'm not going to have you feeling uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? And not when you're trying to spend your bread, brother. So, and he was so appreciative of that, and just kept thanking me. And I'm look, man, I'm
Was he
just being
black?
me. Yeah, he was black, and he's an
And
older gentleman.
that's the
He's probably
problem.
like, yeah, he's probably like 55, 60 years old.
And that's the problem, because he's 55, 60 years old, and how many times have he had to deal with that same shit in his own community?
Right. Exactly.
Like
And so
that sounds like PTSD,
it is.
and from because that's a little bit traumatizing, especially when you know the person that is doing your hair don't see you as,
As a person or something.
yeah, and then they're demeaning you, but it's like a passive aggressive, so it's not directly towards you, so that causes even more damage. So like like what D was saying, like nail stylist, or like hairstylist, or barbers, those are all like counselors. Those are all
Yeah.
therapists, because you see them, you see your clients, like, from, like, they hide themselves and would not show anybody else that shit that they are so embarrassed about, and will come in and be like, please get
Yep.
me together. Like, they come to you like vulnerable, and they
Yes.
already at that, that spot. And a lot of people can take advantage of that. A lot of people do take advantage of that. So to have the mindset of, still giving back, and I'm not going to take advantage of your vulnerability, and I'm going to shape it and pour into that. And where you shouldn't be vulnerable, you should be confident. That's a
Yes.
beautiful thing, because we don't have a lot of black people doing that for black people. And we like neighbors, and we don't even realize that our actions, even how we passive aggressively say something to somebody else, affects and changes somebody's whole perception of the whole thing. Like, okay, so I can only get my hair done by a white lady named Sharon. And ain't nothing wrong with white ladies named Sharon. But at the end of the day, there's a part of a communication that is different from when you're
Right.
sharing like personal experiences, and
Hmm. Man, Sharon don't
it's
know nothing
different.
about good times, man.
You
You
Sharon
can't, you
don't
can't,
know.
you can't sing moving on up with Sharon. Sharon don't know nothing about that, boy. We are moving on up.
That's
Sharon
stupid.
don't know nothing about that, man. But listen, look, we again, if I can't help you, brother, I'm not going to hurt you. You understand? And so, Wiz, though, one things we got to do, we got to start with being human first. Okay, we got to start with that, and let's respect each other as humans first. All right. And so, if we can, and again, I'm gonna go into, this is just my philosophy. I'm always going to be me. Whenever you see me, I'm just me, bro. But what I'm gonna tell you about my life, and I'm gonna tell you about my walk, and one of the things that I do is I look for God in you. You understand? And when I look and I see God in you, I can't hurt you. You understand? Because I see God in you. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find that peace inside of you that's God, that help me to connect, that I can connect with. Okay. And that part is what I'm trying to bring out. I'm not trying to, make you into something else. I'm not trying to make you be, no, man. I'm here to help you be you. And you say, hey, bro, I'm trying to get here. You might bring me a picture in. And I'm trying to get here. Okay, cool. We can do this, but this is how we going to do it. Or this is the way we might approach it. Or I might say, bro, you don't really have a head for that. You understand? Because just the way your head is shaped, bro, that's not going to look the same. It's just not going to look the same. And
And see,
so, but
that's something that's valuable on its own, because I know some hairstyles. I have been through some hairstyles. Like, you seeing me now in between hairs, like in between. So this is like just regular. But
yeah,
like, I like me some protective hairstyles. I like me some weaves, and I like some other shits too. So I would do some just like some braids and shit going down. And I've had some people who did some horrible jobs, and they act like they knew what they was doing the whole fucking time, and they took the money. And it's just like, and that's the hard part, because it's like, I know that you get fucked over in one sense, and then you're just like, okay, so let me just go back to the drawing board and let me just not just fuck with it all together. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, then you know, you just kind of miss a part of self expression.
Right.
So it's really, really I just keep going back to it, but that's valuable. That is so valuable to not. I'm going to help you, not hurt you, because
Yes.
a lot of people will. I'm gonna help you, and if it hurts you, it's not my fault.
Nah, man. That's right. And people do approach it that way. I watch barbers do it all the time. There's certain things that allows me to handle, hundreds of clients that are a little different than some of the people that I work with, and the young folks I try to work with and encourage them and also help them to structure themselves in such a way that they can build a good business. You know what I mean? To handle 600, some clients, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot, and these people you have like as a barber, I have personal relationships with these people. They've told me things about their family. They told me things about their children. They told me things about their woman. They told me things about their man. You understand what I'm saying? And we have discussions about these things, and so I have personal connections with a lot of my clients. And again, they haven't been touched by, some people that come and sit in my chair haven't been touched by somebody in weeks or months. You understand? I mean, like really physical touch. You understand? And that's a different type of experience. And so it's a valued experience, and it's a sacred experience, and I don't take it lightly. Okay. And so, so when people come to me, I look to help them first, do no harm. So even if they had, I've had people come to me with bad situations, and after they've been to one place and they felt, some kind of way, and they weren't able to, they didn't have what they wanted. They didn't feel what they wanted to feel when they got finished, with their cut. And so they came to see me, and I had to correct some things or help them out or help them get to another place. All of these types of things are just realities that people deal with, when they come to the shop. And I have people that come to the shop, they's like, man, I just come to the shop because I just needed to get my hair cut. But they came in there looking one kind of way, and then when they seen that line, or they seen that, you know what I mean, they seen that blend, they was like, man, I think I need to go out tonight. I mean, like, oh, you kind of hooked that up right there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, hold up, man. I wasn't planning on going out tonight, but yeah, I think I need to go do something. You understand? And for me, that's satisfaction, and that's part of my mentorship, as D referred to, or even the ministry, as other people have referred to. I'm not no holy roly or nothing like that, brother. But at the end of the day, I help people, and I want to help people, especially people that look like me. You understand? Because I have a certain affinity to that, and I have a certain connection to that, and I've been through a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. You know what I mean? And I've had a lot of challenges. I've had a lot of struggles. And so when people come and communicate with me about certain things, I can give them some insight. Some things that they may not have seen. And some people come to me looking for this type of insight, because they know that something that I don't really things that I don't advertise. And I don't lean on that because, especially credentials that white folks have given me. I mean, I appreciate, I work for every goddamn thing I got. Don't get it twisted. You don't get everything you work for, but you work for every goddamn thing you get. And that's me. That's where I'm at. You understand? And so when people come and they talk to me, they know that I grew up in West Baltimore. They know that my mom, they don't know certain things about me, and part of that is that growing up in West Baltimore, having drug addicts around you, living in certain situations and bad environments that set you up to fail. You understand? And getting past these things and getting to a place where you've chosen to win. You chosen not to be a victim, and you chosen to be a victor. These are things that these types of philosophies growing up in West Baltimore that just give a different type of culture, a different type of grit, a different type of grind. Yeah, and I can bring that out. You know what I mean? And then on the same token, I mean, I can show up in a corporate boardroom. I have a master's degree in engineering. Things that people don't, necessarily identify with. So I don't talk about those types of things. But I do have a lot of I do have a lot of things that people can identify with, and having a situations where you just had to you had to dig deep, you had to grind, you had to bring it out, and those types of things are those are what I bring to even my barbering, or from a mentoring standpoint, or even from I got people that come to talk to me just about business, you know what I mean, or about investing, because they know that I do these things, and some of my clients don't know that these things about me now, and I just shared it with you just now because it was relevant to what the conversation, but most people don't know I got a master's degree in engineering. You know what I mean? They just don't.
So what
You know what
other
I mean?
business adventures do you have coming about, or what's your 2023 looking like
You
now?
answer my question. You asked my
Well,
question.
I'm
2023 is
sorry.
just
You asked my question.
That's that telepathy thing. We got that vibe
great minds think alike, baby.
going. Exactly. What's your
That's how it goes.
2023 looking like? And what other business ventures do you have going on or coming up with?
Well, this year is going to be a big year for the boat booking business for Buku at webuku.com, and it's going to be a major year. We're going to continue to license new captains, and we're going to continue to help boat owners make money and pay for slips and things like that. That's my first goal for my boat owners, is to help you pay for your slip. If I can help you make you $5,000 this year, that's going to be that's my goal. I want to help
When
at
you
least
say-
20.
What is a slip? Is that like the title for the boat?
Thank you for asking, and I'm sorry because sometimes I make assumptions like that. A boat slip is kind of like it's the place where you dock your boat. It's like your rental place. So like at my marina, you rent a boat slip at a marina. My boat slip is in Anchorage Marina, which is in downtown Baltimore, which is right across the street from Boston Market and Starbucks and Chipotle. And so I have amenities there and a supermarket right there, and so I pay a little bit premium for being on at this particular slip. And this slip is it's a nice place. It's the marina is nice. They have they have washers and dryers. They also have a community room. They have vending machines, and they have ice on deck, and they have a community service. They have Wi-Fi. So these are the types of things that you have at the slip. It's kind of like your apartment, like the slip is where I pull my boat up to, and I leave it there and I plug it in. Okay. And so, many slips are ranging between $1,500 and maybe like $5,000 or $7,000 a year. Okay. And so that's my goal, is to help people pay for their slips. And that's what a slip is. It's where you keep your boat.
Okay. So 2023, you're looking to include more boat owners and help them.
2023, we're going to help at least 10 boat owners pay for their slip, and we're going to help a few more boat owners do more than that. So there's a few boat owners that's going to make probably like $40,000-$50,000 this year, and there's other people that's just going to pay for their slip, which is $3,000 to $5,000, $3,000 to $7,000. That's also, in addition to that, we're going to flip about 4 houses this year. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy real estate. I love real estate.
You need to do a class. You need to say, I didn't hear anything about a class or like what do you call them, TED Talks?
Yes.
Because real estate, I need to pull out my notebook.
Well, I mean, real estate for me, I've been dealing with real estate for the last probably like 10 or 15 years. I was fortunate enough to have a grandmother that owned property. And my grandmother had a property, my first property that I got from her. She just basically used the rental income to pay for her. She used the rental income to pay for her taxes and her water bill and things like that. And I said, well, look, I can pay all of that. Just give me the house. And that's what she did. And so she started me out there. My brother still owns the house, and we're getting ready to we're actually getting ready to pull out some equity on that property, which we'd already actually done. We pulled out some equity maybe like 20 years ago. And then now, the house has no debt, and we're just going to pull out some equity again and just fix it up again and let my little brother live in it and things like that. So this year, the goals. We're going to do at least.
Reach out to you for some pointers, because I'm getting ready to try to do some stuff. You see my blue room? I'm actually in the process of redoing my blue room. This is my Cowboys room. I know y'all are Ravens fan or whatever the case may be, but it's all good. But no, seriously, I'm getting ready to redo this room, And then I'm actually tore the carpet off my steps going down in the basement. I tore the carpet, and then in the other bedroom I dug up the floor.
Hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
actually getting ready to do some stuff. So I'm ready to reach out to you for points. Because let me tell you something, these black Negroes, you ask them a question, they be like, how much you gonna
Nah.
pay? It's just a question. I can do a lot of stuff myself. I mean, I'm a woman, but I
I
think I
mean, we
can do
could
a
talk
lot
about it, baby. You come on.
of
You look. You got my information. You can hit me directly. We can talk about whatever you need to talk about. But when it comes again, if I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you, and that's just how that's going to work.
stuff.
And so anything I can help you with, I can guide you through my experiences and other people's experiences, and I can refer you to people as well, because that's just what it's about for me. Because at the end of the day, there are people that help me. I have mentors. I have mentors that help me. I have mentors and people that are guiding me. And I have to help other people so that frees up the energy for these other people to help me. Okay, that's paying it forward in my
Say it
world.
again.
Yeah.
Say it
Yeah,
again. Oh
yeah.
my
You
God.
gotta
That's
you
what I'm
gotta
talking
pay it forward. You gotta
Mhm.
pay it forward and help people. And so anything I can help you with. So this year, 4 flips. Okay, we're helping 10 people. Build pay for their slips. I'm doing 4 flips on a personal level, and just continue to invest in stocks and things like that, because I'm like, there are 4 things that you need. You need to be, the job is okay. The job is okay. We all have a job, and the job, is good. Now, this is Robert Kiyosaki's philosophy. This is not my philosophy. So there's employees, okay, and then there's the self-employed. As a barber, I'm self-employed. Okay, so that means that I have to go in to make money. Like, see, I still have a job. I'm still trading dollars for hours as a self-employed person. As an employee or as a self-employed person, we're still trading dollars for hours. Okay, so that's the right side of the quadrant from a Robert Kiyosaki philosophy. Okay, on the left side of the quadrant, I mean, on the left side of the quadrant, that's where you have business owners and investors. Okay, and business owners allow bless you. The
Thank
business
you.
owners allow you to leverage, other people's time and energy for money. That's when you have a real business, you're leveraging other people's time and other people's energy, efforts for money. That's what businesses do. Okay. And then the bottom side of that is going to be investors. So, whereas though with investing, you leverage money for more money. Okay. So, if you are an investor, you are putting money in stocks, bonds, real estate, and you're doing that, you're using your money so that you can get more money from it. And so that's the quadrant that all of us need to be in. You know what I mean? And so you make money as an employee, as self-employed, and even as a business owner. At the end of the day, you need to be an investor, and that's what needs to happen. And so I'm going to continue to invest in stocks and crypto, okay, and things like that. And if you're and as far as from a stock standpoint, don't make it spooky. Just get an index fund. Get some index funds. Don't try to pick stocks. Just get some goddamn index funds. Look at the last 5 years of damn history. If they've been making 8% or 7% or better, then that's the goddamn stock for you, or that's the index fund for you. Don't get complicated. Don't try to be fancy. And if you don't know nothing about see if you're, but that's just getting in the game. Just get in the game. That's all I'm saying. So, this year I'm just continuing to deepen my footprint in the game. Okay. So the deeper that we get into the game, the more stability we have. So so we're talking about we have real estate, we have stocks. Real estate is bricks and mortar, stocks is paper assets, and then I have digital assets with my business. My digital assets with Buku allows me to make money when I'm not there. Okay, so whereas though if I have 20 people out this week on boats, I have 20 boats out this week, I'm making 20% off of every one of those boats. And that's way more money than I can make as myself as an individual. So so business wise, that's a different place of leverage for me. Okay, so that's a different type of business, and that's a different type of approach. So I'm going to use business to for what it is and where it's at. Okay, and then I'm use stocks for what it is for where it's at, and I use real estate for what it is and where it's at. And so with those 3 things, I can with 3 legs, I can stand sturdy and stable. So somebody can come and kick one of the legs out, and I can still stand strong.
Yep.
You are
Exactly.
dropping.
Yep.
jewels. Like you are dropping so much valuable information. Like this
Thank
is
you.
like so important. You are dropping jewels. Like
It's only because you asked me, man. If y'all don't ask me questions, and I can't really give you anything that you don't want to hear. I'm just not. I can't. It's just impossible for me to give you something that you're not interested in. And
Well, we're
so,
gonna
but
have to
if
bring you back for a part two.
we sure are, because
Yeah, we're
we're gonna
gonna
have
have to
to.
bring you back for a part two. We're gonna have to schedule you for a part two because
We
you
need
do
a
have a lot of
seminar.
information.
We need a
So
whole seminar on the boat. I'm gonna bring my iPad. I'm
hey,
gonna be taking notes. I got a list of questions already.
we can do it on a boat. All I need is a reason to get on the water, brother. That's it. Come on out, and D, you already know, baby. You got a
I
welcome invitation,
do, I
open
do.
invitation.
So tell the viewers how they can get in contact with you, like at your barber shop, and give them your website again so they can get out on the water this summer.
Wonderful. Thank you. Now, if you actually want to get on the water and you want to enjoy yourself, you're looking to have a good time, whether it be a date night or whether it be a turn up or a birthday party, or whether you just want to hang out with some friends or just do something different. You just want to see Baltimore from a different viewpoint and and have a different type of experience because what we do here at Buku, we provide unforgettable water experiences. And so you can get us up at webuku.com. That's webuku.com. And you can also give me a call. I'm going to go ahead and give you my number. My number is 443-415-3146. Once again, that's 443-415-3146. That's my direct
Yeah,
information.
let me put it on the bathroom wall.
Oh my goodness.
She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
But if you're looking to be on the water, if you're looking to get it, and if you're looking to be a client as far as being in the chair and things like that, because I thank you. Yes, webuku.com. That's where we are. And when you want to see the boats, you can go to Book Now. And when you go to Book Now, you'll see it. You can view the boats in Baltimore. Or you can view the boats that we have on the Chesapeake Bay. And there's lots of boats to choose from. So you're definitely welcome to come out and hang out with us on the water. And if you're looking to get, if you want some barbering services as well, you can definitely give me a call. That's what my number is there for, 443-415-3146. We're out here. We're giving people all types of, we're giving people experiences that.
Look, but look, you know how you put the number on the bathroom wall?
Goodness gracious. Don't put no circle around it or no crazy stuff. So I don't have nobody.
She was waiting for the next time you said it. She was like, well, you can see her trying to remember the word and remember the numbers. And then you said it. She was like,
no, you do the arrow. You like, oh, hell. That's how you do it. You put the number. You draw the arrow, you put the number, and then you be like, call him. And then you put the number, you draw the arrow to the number, and be like, call him.
oh,
that works.
A good time. Now, but that actually does work. I mean, it's a good time on the side of business, though.
It is. And listen, again, if I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you.
Definitely.
oh, dear, I'm done.
I think our KB done left us somewhere, but I thank you very much, Larry. And I am going to be in contact with you about this whole remodeling thing that I got going on. Once my wrist becomes better.
Come on, anytime. You ain't got to do it all yourself, baby. But look, we could. It don't take nothing to just talk. So just give me a call. And again, if I can, I can give you some insight as to what you're doing, and just give you some suggestions. Again, that's it.
Later. I got some stuff to do up in here. I got my stuff. See my thing on the wall? That's my family tree that I'm getting ready to put together on the wall.
Did you just wrote the number on?
Huh?
So you wrote the number. You wrote his number on your family tree.
It's on the bathroom wall.
Oh, we family now, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, I've been I haven't been up north and it's been like 7 years, so it's about time for me to come back. Yeah, it's about time for me to come back in.
So we can act the fool on the water.
Come on, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
KB got some footage of us on the water. You know what I mean? He came out, we ate some crabs, and we had a little adventure. We had to tow some white folks in, had to tow them in. And then like what my man gave he narrated the whole thing. They thought I was going to crash into the pier or something. It's like he said, man. He's like, man. He said, don't call. What did he say? He said, don't call the Coast Guard. Call my man. He called my man Larry. So we had a good time. So we'll come on in, come on down, man. Come on, we'll have some fun. I love it. And and I put it like this: when folks are on my boat, I don't really run a dry boat, as you see. So so there's always something to get you out the gate.
Okay. Cool. Well, we thank you. It's past my bedtime.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, you have a good night, D. I appreciate you.
You got to give us where you are, where we can find you as well.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I'm so out of it right now. On Facebook right now, because my business pages, once I finish school, it'll be back up because I'm starting classes again tomorrow. So Do Not Disturb, which is DEW, not disturb. Exactly how it's spelled on Facebook.
Okay.
And Do Sense will be back up. I'm sorry, Do Sense is my business. It'll be back up and running. But I do take, if you want to place orders, I do orders.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Somebody tried to report somebody reported my page and then also tried to hack into my page this morning. So my account is suspended. Both my Instagram and my personal.
Really?
So it takes a day for them to verify all of that. So you can reach me on Living Floor LLC. That's COLOURLLC.com. And that's for my fashion. Then you can also reach me on the LIC project. That's where we have. That's the name of my nonprofit. So the LIC project, you can catch up on what we're doing. I do need to. It's going to be updated with some of the new things that we are coming up that we have planned. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but we do have plans. But yeah, that's so far until they said it take about a day or two. So
okay. Well, look forward to seeing you back up and running.
I can't believe they did that.
Hacker season. It's hacker season. Come on now. Hackers are busy. They're busy. Very busy.
You said hot girl season?
Hackers.
Oh, it is. I'm gonna say.
Now, hot girl season not here yet. Give us a couple months. Hot girl season will be back in a couple months.
I thought that was like
It'll be back in a couple months. But we thank you all for joining us. KB is gone, probably asleep somewhere. So we thank you all for joining us. And I guess we'll be back next Sunday, right? 6:30?
Yeah.
6:30 our time or your time? 6:30. 6:30.
I mean, well, my time was 6:30.
Okay, so, well, then it's 7:30 my time.
But maybe it was just this time. Is that maybe because our regular is not? It's a little bit earlier.
Yeah, 6:45 my time. So it'll be 5:45 your time. 5:45 your time. So yeah. So maybe it's an exception for Larry. I don't know. Larry, you probably was like an exception to this.
Listen, whenever you call, I come. You know what I mean? That's come on, D.
That's completely different, but we gonna call it. You gonna come the next time.
Yes, indeed. I'll come every time you ask. That's all right.
Oh.
What is this one rated on?
Yes, Lord.
But yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Oh, yes, definitely. We will come. I mean, you will.
Guarantee it. You're going to guarantee it, D?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I like to know that I'm in good hands.
Definitely. Have a good night, Larry.
You too, D. Thanks a lot. I appreciate everybody.
All right, babe. Take care.
Good night.